And now, our feature presentation.
So boys, today we are playing genuinely, hand on heart, one of my favourite games ever made. This game is not a good game, but it's one that I put tons of hours into, and I mean tons of hours. It is Monster Attack, which people will know Monster Attack more commonly as its later series, Earth Defense Force. This is the first Earth Defense Force game, and I adore this game. Absolutely adore it. So I picked this up and I was in Asda one time, and it's very archaic. It's the first ever one, and basically I was in Asda, and Asda used to have this. So you went into the game section, it had the charts, and then it had the value section, and the value section was full of games from Age Tech, from Midas, from so I picked up a bunch of ones. I picked up like Deadly Strike, which is a really cheap beat 'em up. I picked up things like a lot of I had a Blast game. I had fucking Home Alone, which was fucking dog shit. But you know what? In the rough, I found Monster Attack, which ended up being one of my most played games on PS2. So we're gonna play one player. I played this split screen so fucking much. So I just changed the screen there, and where's that you carry? There she is. The Earth Defense Forces are a multinational coalition formed to restore peace to a world torn asunder by political and economical conflict. Can I talk? Conceived at the beginning of the 21st century, the Earth Defense Forces were the brainchild of national leaders who realised that cooperation among all nations was necessary to ensure the future survival of mankind. Free from the constraints of national self-interest, the Earth Defense Force achieved unprecedented success with regards to their mandate. The citizens of Earth enjoyed peace and stability for the first time in many, many years. If only, boys, if only. Sadly, this peace was not to last. May 7th, 2017. Strange flying objects of unknown origin appear in the skies all over Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. lies in ruins. Coalition air bases sustained extensive damage. Pacific Rim headquarters reportedly destroyed. Contact with the European headquarters lost. Earth Defense Forces losses during the first wave of attacks are staggering. Nearly half their fighting strength have been decimated. In an effort to turn the tide of battle, all remaining troops are summoned to the Coalition's Tokyo headquarters. Mankind's fight for survival has begun. The battle's outcome will be determined by the actions of those in the front lines. Here we go, boys. EDF, EDF. If only I could remember the tune that they sing. Oh, speaking of tunes, let's fucking go, boys. Let me just quickly change one thing first. Let me just go on Twitch and... Do we have a category for Monster Attack? Nope. EDF. There we go. Let me just get the title sorted. And just let me scroll down. Here we go. Right, boys. This is Earth Defense Force, or Monster Attack as it was released in the UK at least. I don't know if it was known this anywhere else, but... So, first items we've got an assault rifle, and we've got grenades. Grenades are useless. Basically, if you want to win this game, you just get the rocket launcher. It begins. Spacecraft will appear in the sky above the city. Fend off the attack. We're going normal. So this actually has about maybe 20 or 30 missions, which we can do this if we can. What I'll do is I'll maybe play a shorter game and then do maybe half an hour EDF or whatever. Oh, here we go. I'm getting such nostalgia, boys. I'll show you what as a kid was my favourite thing to do in EDF, because I'll tell you what, it wasn't fight aliens. Oh, it's beautiful. I just love see this era of like late PS2 Kusoge, or just PS2 Kusoge. Oh, beautiful. Also, I remember I picked up. I remember in that value section, Nocturne was there. Like Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. What the fuck was in there with like, Monster Attack? I got some other good games to that. I'm trying to think what other ones were. Bikini Zombie Slayers was there, like Oni Chambara, which I like, right? Especially the later ones like Onchambara Z2 Chaos is actually a genuinely good game. I've not played Onchambara Origin yet, but I imagine that will be kind of similar. Here we go, boys. Oh my god, I forgot the controls for this game. How do I look up? Oh my god, this controls. And look at that frame rate. Look at that frame rate dip, boys. It's beautiful. A thing of beauty. But this was my favourite thing about Earth Defence Force. I was amazed that you could blow up buildings. Absolutely amazed. Oh my god, it's so loud. Just saying, I'm going to turn it down a little bit. It's so fucking loud. But I fucking love Earth Defence Force. Love it so much. Look at me saving all these people. Look at all these people being saved. Oh, weapon. So the ants can drop, or enemies can drop one of, I think, 3 items. They can drop health pickups. They can drop armor pickups, which armor basically, more armor you get gives you more health. Like, not at a time, but like increases your max health. They can drop health pickups and they can drop up weapon pickups, which... Oh, I just got sent flying through a weapon pickup. Right, fuck. We're just running. Okay, maybe I'm not doing great. Okay, I want that weapon pickup. I want it. I want it. But yeah, ever since this game, it became my go-to thing. Every time Earth Defence Force games released, I'll pick one up. The only one I've not picked up Iron Rain yet, because I still need to play 5. But I fucking adore them. They're so good. Even the ones I didn't like, for example, Insect Armageddon I didn't like as much as the other ones. But it's always there's another one, isn't there? It's called like, it's kind of like, looks like that 2 point. It looks like that, is it 3D Dot Heroes it's called? It looks a bit like that. Right, and there's one more ant, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... Oh, I mean there's 2 of them. I'm just going to roll to that weapon upgrade. And let me just... Shite, I missed. But like later on, like I think the one Earth Defence Force 4, I think it is. It's not called 4. I've got it on PS4 sitting behind me. It's probably my favourite to use. It brought classes and shit into it, so you can play as the wing diver who can actually fly. You've got my character. I always played as the technician who used to summon in vehicles and shit like that. You had the the generic sort of soldier, who's kind of what you play as in this game. Then go for our series was to make. Well, just faster. I like faster, that's good. I'm just going to save after every single... So you can clearly tell this game has a budget of like a $5, you know? But I fucking love this game. I cannot begin to tell you how much I love this game. Just cozy in a way that some games don't like. But... And again, oh, here we go, boys. I love how the rocket just takes them down. Well, no, I was going to say it takes them down one go and then instantly that thing stays up. Right, we got a tank. Do we have anything else? Oh god, get in the tank, Mikey, get in the tank. Here we go, here we go. Time to save the Earth. Let's go, boys. Look at that frame rate stutter. Yes, man, it's a thing of beauty. Right, turn around, Mikey, turn around. I know you're in a tank, but... Oh, no, I blew the tank up. How do I aim upwards? I know you can, but... Oh, there we go. Square. There goes the Tokyo Tower, I think. But I genuinely like the physics of the game. Like, amazed me when I was younger. I say that now. There's clearly there's no physics at all, you know. But still, the fact that you could just destroy all the buildings and shit, I thought was fucking class. Oh shit! Right, here we go, back up. Oh shit! Okay, maybe I should have thought of a better thing than that. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Oh, the auto thing's grabbing the bugs up there. Right, I need to get a health pickup. Right, there's one over there, so... Big roly-polies. Big lucha rolls. Fuck. Right, one. Right, health. There we go, and... Just start blasting. I'm the best. Oh, fuck. Right, and there's a bug behind me, isn't there? But this, for some reason, like, not complaining, this series is continued on to this day. It is like, when you think of Kosogi, or popular Kosogi, this is right up there, because this is the, like, I'll say, like, I usually use the example cult classic. This is a definite cult classic series. People love the Earth Defense Force series. I got a new missile launcher and a new assault rifle. Cool. Let's try that out. So what's it do? Fire speed, more power, accuracy, and range rather than fire speed. But let's try that. Right, a rocket launcher. I don't want missile ones are like lock on, so I don't think I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna stick with level 3 swarm. Swarm of giant. What's that do? Giants attacking the citizens of the city, eliminate all targets. A swarm of giant ants are wreaking havoc in the city. The residents must be given the chance to escape to safety. Let's go save them. How many levels does this have? I'm just gonna look up. There you go, I've still got the images from Mutant Rampage Body Slam up on my phone. So we've got monster attack levels. No, not Summoner's Greed, whatever it is. I'll just... Monster Attack PS2 levels. How many levels are there in Monster Attack? 25? Yeah, fuck, we can do that. Maybe not right now, but... Oh, a helicopter! The helicopter was always my favourite as a kid. Again, just because the weird freedom of, you know, this game gave me. Thing is, there is maybe like 2 levels in the game where a helicopter is useful, but also, like, in my PS2 collecting times that I've done recently, the PS2, see, this is just giving me prime Kosogi feeling. Being like D3, done a shit ton of it, like things like Demolition Girl, which is another one that I might play. Or does anyone know about the... I'm just gonna jump at the helicopter. Oh, this rifle's... Do I like this rifle? But another one I played was... Did anyone ever play the Space Invaders game that came out on the PS2? I think it was multiplat. I think it was on the GameCube and the Xbox as well. So I got that for a birthday one time. As a sort of like, because we went into like Asda on my birthday, My mum was taking me shopping on a Saturday, and it was like, right, Michael, you got so I can't remember what game I got for my birthday as well, but it wasn't the main game I got, and they were like, oh, what other game would you like? And sitting in the value section that I could have got, oh, fuck, what was it? Oh Jesus, that was it. I could have got Devil May Cry. And for some reason I really always wanted Devil May Cry, but I never had it until much later. And for some reason I went, no, I want the Space Invaders game. I think it's called like Invasion Day or something like that. Which is one I might actually play down the line as well, because you can beat it in one sitting. It's only like it's short as fuck. You can beat it in one sitting, but it tries to take itself really seriously with this sort of grim story. But at the end of the day, it's still just Space Invaders that you're playing. So I wouldn't even say it's a bad game. It's just a cheap feeling game, you know. But then again, cheap feeling games can be classed. Look at our defense force, you know. There are so many bugs behind here. There's gonna be a massive swarm of them. Oh god. Right, just get blasting, get blasting. And the thing is, you'll now see games that were considered like cheap or Kosoge. Like, for example, there's a Buffy the Vampire Slayer game in the PS2, which is really highly sought after. And there's one I actually own. I bought it from Megan, because Megan fucking loves the X-Files. And there was a Resident Evil clone. I think it's just called X-Files Resistance Serve, or something like that. And that's really highly sought after. Like, it's not like super expensive. It's not like fucking Ruler Rose expensive, but you know, it's not cheap by any means. Right, and we just get blasting. Right, PS2, like, I don't know, it's just such cozy memories. I think it's because, obviously, when you're a kid, you look back and think, you know, nostalgia is the way it works, you know, you look back at things. And then just the whole sort of going to Asda on Saturdays and then picking up, like, because instead of saving up to get good games a lot of the time, I would just get, like, whatever was in the value section, or what was pre-owned at Game Station, you know. So I've got a lot of like nostalgia for these, you know, sort of maybe games that are like lower value or a bit shiter, you know. And also the other ones I love collecting. I don't care too much about having like a full collection. I don't care about having like every single. I know someone who's a collector for the Sega Master System. You know, the one that came before the Genesis. And all the power to them. They're nearly finished it. They're nearly got like every game, but they're hunting down like hockey, NFL, not NFL, NHL 90, you know, 89 or 90, whatever, you know. And they're us. But my collecting is, I just like to have a weird collection. I want someone to look at my PS2 collection and go, what the fuck is Demolition Girl? I'm like, oh, right boys, it's a game where you play as a helicopter shooting down a giant bikini-clad woman. And luckily the PS2 had so much shite released on it that you can have collections that are as mental as that. Like, I've got one, it's like a racing game, but you play as trains, which I've never actually played, but I need to talk someone into playing it with me. Maybe see if Kieran's up for streaming it. There's also like battle construction vehicles, which is a class of fighting game where you all play as like fucking cranes and cherry pickers. I keep thinking I press triangle. Okay, we've got an alien mothership has moved into position above the city. Propel attacks launched by the mothership. Here we go, we got this, we got this. Oh, wow. remember just being like blown away because I love like kaiju shit, you know, like giant monster. And I've always wanted a game where you are like Air Defense Force scratches that itch where I want a game where you're like a normal person in a kaiju attack. There's also that game I really want called what's it called? What's its name? It's the City Shrouded in Shadow, I believe, and it's a spin-off of the what's that series called? The Disaster Report series. And instead of like earthquakes and shit, it's like Godzilla will be at fight in it, or you'll be in a fight between Godzilla and King Ghidorah, which sounds fucking class. Or like you'll be in a fight and there'll be an Evangelion like fighting an angel, and you'll need to like get out of there, you know. Or like Ultraman, it's just so cool. It's a game that features Godzilla and Godzilla, Ultraman, and Evangelion in it in the same game. It's basically made for me. But yeah, give me a game, like a big budget game where you're fighting a kaiju and you're just you're just a little guy trying to defend himself against a kaiju, or trying to escape a kaiju in a city. Maybe you have to. It's just such a cool idea that I don't think many game companies have done. Funny enough, apart from D3 with Earth Defense Force. And that's like Earth Defense Force probably scratches that itch, and that's why it's so popular. On top of just being really fun and really stupid, you know? Oh, second wave. This lock-on's really generous. Oh god, they're blasting. Also, I will say this, don't play the later games if you have epilepsy, because fuck me, the one on PS4 is brutal. The one on PS4 is a nightmare. Like, frame rate just goes, flashing lights are going off everywhere, but it's still a fun time. Right, shit, oh god. Also, I like the Unit 1 colour scheme of purple and green. That's cool. I don't think that's what they were... Well, like, Evangelion is fucking massive in Japan, so maybe they were thinking about that. Like, you know your series is big when you've got trains based off of your series. Which I find mental that this grimdark series about the like breaking down the mecha genre and shit like that is that popular in Japan. Like the same show where a guy cracks one out to his unconscious teammate when she's in a coma. Yeah, and that's everywhere. That's super popular and everywhere. Mental. By the way, if you've not watched Evangelion, watch it. It's my second favourite anime. I'm really like people ask me what's your favourite anime or favourite, and I'll say Evangelion, which is one of the most popular anime ever made, and then Trigun, which is also one of the most, and Trigun's my #1 favourite, like one of the most critically acclaimed anime ever, and I'll go, oh here, yeah. I mean, there's a reason that's there's a reason that it's one of the most critically acclaimed ones, because it's fucking good. That's why I was kind of hoping Pants on it would be alright, because I love that style, the animation of like 90s anime. Like it's just such a cozy feel about anything that looks like that sort of style. Like, not saying that Evangelion and Trigun look very similar, but you know, it's that sort of 90s art style that you don't quite get anymore. Right, and we get blasting. And then two more. Oh god. These ones are so much more manageable than the... Okay, I'll get the armor in time. I could if I just... There we go, got the armor. Always love the mad sprint for stuff after you finish it. That's still in... Obviously still in the Earth Defense Force games. Right, I'll keep that gun. That gun's class. I've got a shotgun now. Later on, you get really weird weapons. I remember getting like an aerial strike and shit like that. Wait, what's this? Massive alien dropships are deploying enemy units into the sky. Destroy dropships as quickly as possible. Long-range weapons such as a rocket launcher or sniper rifle will be needed to knock targets out of the sky. Please outfit yourself accordingly. I've got a rocket launcher, that's fine. That's absolutely fine, that's all I need. Right, here we go, here we go. Who needs a fucking sniper rifle when you've got this? I can't remember if this is the one that I need to shoot in the... See the whole... Oh no, the low poly Japanese citizens are pushing me out of the way. Fuck. Oh wait, no, I do just shoot it. Okay, that's one down. Who would have thought that Air Defense would be born its like enemy spawning system from fucking Gauntlet? That's always my go-to game when I think of like any sort of enemy spawning from one. That was not one I picked up in the value section, which, to be fair, isn't a bad game. Isn't even a value game. It was Midway Arcade Treasures. I fucking love that series, especially like Midway Arcade Treasures 2. Oh, it's my jam. Games like Total Carnage. I played, even though Narc has a lot of questionable politics attached to it. At the time, I didn't know that, and it was pretty fun. Pit Fighter, I like Pit Fighter. I like Kusogi. Pit Fighter is good quality Kusogi. I like things like Arch Rivals was class. It's a super simple basketball game, but it works. I bought it because I've seen things like Mortal Kombat on it, but I think I ended up playing Mortal Kombat the least out of all the games on it. But by far my favourite games on it was Gauntlet 2. Oh, fucking love the Gauntlet games. Like, just something so... Like, the same like Air Defense Force, something weirdly... Like, what's the word? Weirdly... How would I say this? What's it called when you're meditating? It's got this weird meditative quality to it, I think, Gauntlet and things like Air Defense Force. I don't want to say mindless, because that sounds like I'm really shitting on the games. But I find the games strangely relaxing. You know, where you don't have to think... I don't want to say don't think too much, but, you know, there's obviously not a lot... You don't have to... You know, if you play something like, say, Baldur's Gate, for example, you need to pay attention to every line of dialogue, and every fight is a struggle. And so it should be. I've always found something strangely, like, relaxing with these games, you know? They were always like perfect games for like. For example, I've never finished Gauntlet. I might try and actually fuck it, I might do that on like a longer stream. Just try and get Gauntlet 2 loaded up and then try and finish it. I know there's like a ridiculous amount of levels, but I used to just like put a podcast on or watch, because I used to have a wee portable DVD player. I would sit and watch something as I'm playing it, or I'd have like an audiobook on the CD player. So I think that's how I listen to most, like, playing games on like Gauntlet and shit like that, you know. That's how I listen to like all the Horrible History CDs I had and shit like that. Right, here we go, here we go. And for some reason, because I was just thinking there and I was like, why did I think of Gauntlet and Discworld? Now because I thought I read the... Well, wait, So I used to go to a library, and because I struggled to read, my mum suggested that I borrow audiobooks. And I always remember, I just think of Colour of Magic when I think of Gauntlet 2. Things like Colour, like, obviously I rented out the Colour of Magic, I rented out the fucking Horrible Histories books, like every Wayne did, like, constantly. There we go. Yes, man, there we go. Look at all these people saved. I got a sniper rifle. Don't need it. Unless it's a rocket launcher, I don't care. Mission select, what we on? Alpine Raid. Two alien dropships are attempting to deploy units in the mountainous region outside the city, intercept and neutralize all targets. You saved all the people in that building. I did. They're all saved now. They're all nice and safe, as they're covered in rubble. And I'm just gonna start blasting. Don't focus on the bugs at all. Just focus on these and see the low poly maps that are they probably turn up in like every other sort of D3 publishing game. Because I think that helicopter view is the exact helicopter that's in Demolition Girl. Oh, I forgot to ask Protomia, have you finished Disaster Day of Crisis yet? I was watching a bit like, was it? So, see, it's my arm, it's every day it kind of blends in with the last one. I'm trying to remember if it was last night. I was sitting watching, I had you on the background. Oh shit, just get blasting. Not yet, I think I've only got a couple of levels left though. Oh nice. What is on the agenda next? Because the Wii, much like my beloved PS2, had the best level of jank. Like, people assume I'm talking shite about the games when I say, yes, you're listening. That was it. So again, every day seems to just blend in together. But when I say a game console's full of jank, I'm not slagging a game console. In fact, that's what I love, the fact that a game console has jank on it. Like, see when I went on Amazon and I noticed that the Grey Hell incident had a physical release, and I watched that game, I was like, oh, boys, jank games are back. Wait, I'm going to leave that last ant alive and just try and pick some stuff up. Even if it is just armor. Right, don't roll up the edge, Mikey. That's not advisable. Not sure. I've got a list of wee stuff. Gotta spin a wheel and pick something else. I love janking. Oh, it's the best. What is that over there? Are they like tiny houses? Also, the size of the map's always like... Oh no, they're like pickups. How do I get over there? There's a wee bridge over there. Oh, will we head to the bridge just for a potential weapon pickup? Yes, we will. Here we go, let's speedrun it. Oh, armor up there. Let's explore this lovely, low poly countryside. Oh, the scale of this game's kind of absurd for a PS2. And look at the size of the maps, it's ridiculous. Like, and this was a tiny budget, sort of cheap game. The only game I can think that has, like, I'm sure I'll be proven wrong, but the only one that I can think of that has such a large scale world with no loading screens and shit like that. Well, even then, this isn't like large scale because obviously it's, areas, but I kind of get a vibe of like Shadow of the Colossus just by the scale of the levels. But again, Shadow of the Colossus, oh, I thought I jumped off the edge there. Shadow of the Colossus, massive fucking AAA budget. And then this. Or maybe like a Dynasty Warriors type, But anyway, we're heading over here. We're getting these pickups, because of course we are. We need all the weapons we can get. Right, here we go, we got this. Oh, there's even more ones over there. There we go, mission clear. So in the later ones, on the touchpad, on like the PlayStation, the PS4 and the PS5, you can actually scroll up and do like voice commands, which I imagine is useful for if you're, playing multiplayer or whatever. But the main thing you can do is you can make your character sing, and if I could remember, I would get this. Oh, this level's awesome! A contingent of alien units have been spotted advancing along the coast. Move into position to intercept. I remember playing this level fucking constantly. I'm gonna see if I can. It's got 25 levels. I'm gonna see if this level's so fucking cool. It's got like the walkers from, and there's a tank there, and I think there's a helicopter. No, it's not a helicopter. It's the bike. The bike, I remember, has a really easily exploitable glitch where basically the bike, if you get stood on by an enemy, the bike just goes through the floor and you spawn like all the way up there. You just fall. I think that's the first time in the game I remember. Actually, no, that's a lie. I was gonna say I remember finding glitches, but I'm sure I probably found someone like Pokemon or something like that. Oh shit! There's no reverse. Who needs reverse? Look, can I just swim in the water? I can. Oh boys, look at this. Let's see if I can recreate this glitch. What's going on? Holy shit! Ah! Oh boys. I first encountered in glitches in games when in the Sega Saturn version of the Discworld game, which was completely broken. You know, I've had that on my to-do list for ages. Probably the PS1 version, but I've heard that game's really bad for glitches. Oh my god, I'm so far out. I'll just hit retry because I can't be bored swimming all the way back. But I've heard that game's. I remember PlayStation Magazine reporting on a glitch in the game. Like someone was stuck on a level and they were like, oh by the way, if you just do this you can just glitch the game and get this item. Right, here we go, we got this. I discovered a glitch in, well not discovered because it is well known. Also, Croc in the Sega Saturn with the PAL version, it's really easy to like unload the textures, so Croc's just a floating set of eyeballs. Oh my god. The Sega Saturn was a weird system. I remember another couple of wrestlers started a theory that the Sega Saturn was made up because none of us knew anyone with a Sega Saturn. And I can't think of anyone growing up. I remember people growing up with the weirdest consoles. I had a fucking Amiga and shit growing up. Never met anyone with a Sega Saturn growing up. So I still assume that the Sega Saturn was we're just being gaslit to believe that existed. But I'm the only person I knew that had one. Exactly. Like people had heard of like the Mega Drive. Like I remember tons of people having the like Genesis Mega Drive type thing. I remember so many people. Well, I remember a couple people with Dreamcast. Don't know anyone with a Sega Saturn. Never even saw the games in the shops. I know. So I think they're made up. Right, so how much damage do they take? Oh no. That's one down. God, this rifle's so fucking good. Every game I had from that I bought from cash converters. I used to get a lot of games from cash converters as well. I actually have my copy of Bloody Roar 2, which is one of my favourite games that I own. And that's still got its big cash converters label on it. Bought for a tenner, I think. This would have been just after the PS2 came out. So everyone was like selling their PS1 collections to try and get a PS2. And I was just like a shark in the water, just grabbing like every game I wanted for the PS1. Like, I don't know why I got rid of it. I used to have a copy of Legend of Dragoon that I got for like a $5, which Legend of Dragoon is now like pretty rare, I think. And I never actually played it. I bought it and I was like, oh, I'll get around to playing this. And then I think I got my PS2 like a week later. I have a copy of Pokemon Gold from Cash Converters that still has the £3 sticker on it. Oh, £3 for a Pokemon game? Fucking hell. Nowadays, like, Pokemon games are, like, especially the old ones, holy shit, like, I've got a copy of Heart Gold with the Pokewalker behind me. Which I think goes for about $120, I think. The city's defensive perimeter has been breached by alien walker units. Track down the targets and destroy them. But Pokemon games are ridiculously expensive now. Like, I would never sell a game for more than what it's worth. But the problem is, see if I put up on, say, one of those buy and sell pages, like 40 quid for Pokemon Heart Gold, for example, I would just get scalpers. So I'm probably just gonna wait and like if I know someone who's like wanting it, I'll sell it to them for, you know, a fair price. Platinum's super rare now, not super rare. Platinum's super valuable now as well. Probably because after the Platinum and the Pearl remakes, people just wanted to play, not Platinum, Pearl and Diamond, sorry. Oh, holy shit. Right, here we go. No, I want the weapons. Give me the weapons. That other walker unit's on top of them. I just sit here and... I don't think... Oh, I was going to say, I don't think it knows what to do, but nope, it certainly doesn't know what to do. How is it easier to hit you when you're far away? Probably because you're not doing that to me. Right, here we go, get shot. Oh, he's doing a spinning. No, that level was easy. Oh god, no, I want the weapon. Wait, what do we get? Grenade launcher and a sniper rifle and a shotgun we've already got. Who's got some ammo up there? Some armor. Oh, I can't talk. Armor. There we go. Additional alien walkers have breached the city's defenses. Root them out as quickly as possible. Right, here we go. We got this. We got this. I figure I could get maybe like 12, 13 missions in, and then just do a part 2 instead of starting that Sonic game. And then just finish Monster Attack as well. I'm trying to finish as many games as I can. I'm trying to finish 100 games before the end of the year. So yeah, I might just do Monster Attack. And good thing because I was usually I like to get trailers for games and put before I, you know. I don't think this game ever got a trailer. I don't think this game ever got a TV spot or anything like that. I wonder what's better against them. Is it the rocket launcher or the machine gun? I'll reload, I'll go pick up the armor and shit like that, then we'll head over to them. Also, look at me rescue these people. Okay, citizens, there's nothing to fear. The Earth Defense Force is here. Oh, Tokyo Tower. Let's blow it up again. Not Tokyo. Is that a Tokyo Tower? Right, here we go, get blasted. Also, it blew my mind that it was like, again, just the size and scale of this as a kid, like, was unlike anything else I'd seen. Oh no, we need to save the low poly citizens. Yeah, I think the machine gun just kind of deletes them. Probably best just sticking with the machine gun. At least fighting these guys. But also, I'm just thinking back, I'm now remembering all these like cheaper PS2 games that I loved, like Oni. Oni was one of my favourite PS2 games. It's made by Bungie and Rockstar. It's like a action adventure game. You hungry? Yeah, I'm a little bit hungry. See, like a 3D, like not 3D, like a third-person shooter, but it's heavily inspired by like Ghost in the Shell, which I'll do that down the line as well. And things like Robot Warlords, which I think was called in Japan something like, it was like Velvet. Oh, what was Velvet? I can't remember. Velvet something, and it was like a Fire Emblem game where you played as like, well, it wasn't a Fire Emblem game. It was a Fire Emblem style game where you play as giant robots. So, oh, I fucking love Summoner 2. Never played Summoner 1. Couldn't tell you what happens in Summoner 1. but I fucking loved Summoner 2. I had a pal who got it, I borrowed it off him and beat it in like a week or so. Literally got it for free, like a buy one get one free sale. PS2's got such a strange library. There's other ones like there's a game called Primal, which I know has been ported to PS4 and stuff, but like I played that for a little bit and I just love the PS2 library is my favorite. It's the best library of any game console ever, and I will fight anyone for that. The PS1's close. The PS1's got a really good library, and I'd argue even things like the PS4 has a really good library as well, like modern libraries. But PS2 just had such like variety. Like you could literally do like a top, like for example, see when you ask someone like give me your top, say your top 10 Nintendo 64 games. There's gonna be a lot of crossover. But the PS2's library was so good, I could say, give me your top 10 survival horror games in the PS2, and every list would be a bit different, or your top, favourite action games in the PS2, like, I just picked up Summer 2 on a whim. My mum put me into Kirky. Oh, won the Kirky. Yes, man, here we go. Get a present for my sister. The present was buy one, get one free sale. Was there a game shop in Kirky? So, for context, I live in Kirky right now. And I don't mind to dox myself, mainly because you can see, if you look up my Pro Wrestling Wiki page or my Cage Match profile, it says where I live, so... Here, that was like W.H. Smith. Here we go. This was my most played level as a kid. Chapter 10, Behemoth. The aliens have unleashed an enormous fire-breathing creature in the city. Take whatever measures are needed to bring its rampage to a halt. Let's fight Godzilla. Might be Woolies. Oh yeah, there's the Woolworths where the Poundland is now, which upsets me greatly every time because there is nowhere in Kirky to buy video games now. Not that I was spending much money on video games in Kirky, but it sucks when even if there's a big budget release, say, like I'm trying to think of a big budget release that I would pick up. Say like a first party thing, like say, my brain's still not working, but fucking love the Godzilla. Oh, see any game that's got like a knockoff Godzilla, 10 on 10. Yes, man, you've got me. Also, Godzilla -1 looks class, and it's kind of similar to the horror that the original Japanese Godzilla brought out, which class. Shin Godzilla, class. But yeah, like say I wanted to buy, say, God of War, for example. There's nowhere in Kirky where I could buy like a big release first party game, Because I'm going to go into like your CX or your game station to get or not game station, game, to get like your less known games. But if I was ever going to get like a big budget release, it was usually like a Tesco or whatever, Oh man, this is so cool. I'm going to get so fucked up by this thing. But this is the kind of game I want. I want a game where you're like a tiny guy and you're fighting against a kaiju. Oh shit, the fire caught me. But the animation just didn't catch up. This was a glitch because let's see if I can do it again. I need to get him to stand on me. Usually I'm asking Megan to do this. Just sit here and shoot the back of his ankle till he stands on me. There we go. Yes, man. Thought this was the coolest shit ever when I was a kid. Look at that, I'm flying. Fuck your defense force. This is space defense force. Let's go. Yes, man. Headshot. Oh, shall I? There we go. So glad I could do that again. Let's shoot him right up the rectum. Oh god, he's a turning. Does it work with just me, or do I need the bike for it? Let's see if it works with just Mikey. Right, stand up. Do a stand. Oh no, I need the bike for it. But like, I know it's janky, I know it's not nearly as cool as it could be, but it's just got this feeling of like fighting. I got like this giant monster, like, oh, killed it. But can you imagine like playing with like say it's like 4. No, I want to get your pickups, but you land on top of me, so I can't move. Ah, damn it! Didn't get into that mission. But can you imagine, like, say you're playing with, like, say 4 pals. I know this is just explaining their defense force, but you need to work together, proper using like strategic shit and all that. Oh, just give me a well-polished Earth Defense Force game in 10 on 10. Reports indicate the large alien force amassing on the cliffs along the coast. The assault must be deterred. What we'll do is we'll go maybe 15, I think. Oh, here we go. Oh wait, they're coming from behind the coast. Oh, look at this. Fucking plane, it came from the desert, let's go. Which is one of the earliest examples of a horror game. Or it's like what we know is survival horror. But things like Alone in the Dark and Sweet Home usually get that. Which, actually, speaking of, I'm actually kind of looking forward to it, because my partner's really looking forward to the Alone in the Dark game. Which actually looks kind of good. It's been pushed back to January, which more than happy to wait a bit and get a well-polished game as opposed to a shit launch. But the thing is, I never picked up Alone in the Dark as a kid. I probably would have, because I loved like survival horror games as a kid. But this is gonna sound really weird. So I actually played Heart of Darkness, and I really didn't like Heart of Darkness. And for some reason, I thought Alone in the Dark was Heart of Darkness. Like, I thought I was gonna say the game covers look kind of similar. They don't in the slightest. But as a kid, for some reason, I thought they were the same game, and because of that, I didn't get Alone in the Dark. Like, I loved my Resident Evil, I loved, oh god, I loved my Silent Hills, but was like well got into the new Nightmare. That's okay, because I got plenty more time to play Alone in the Dark on 360, which is one of the most weirdly ambitious games I've ever played. But it's so rough. So fucking rough. I might play out and stream one day. That's a game I've got, it tries a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is really... Never played Alone in the Dark though. I loved Heart of Darkness. I just thought it was way too hard, which it is. It's a cinematic platformer. That's its whole thing. The animation's fucking really cool though. That's what I think Jason added to the list. But I think I was back in the day when games were designed to be like, right, kids are going to rent this, so we can't have it too easily. We need them to rent it out multiple times, if you know what I mean. I never rented my games. Oh god, because I like obsessively played them, so... But I think that's why, because obviously I'd only get like maybe 3 or 4 games a year. Oh, second wave at Ants. Second wave. Let's fucking go. I'm just looking at time. Hey, Protome, are you on tonight? Oh, Jesus. I rent all the time because the local library had a bunch of games that was really cheap. Nah, not tonight, actually, I'm lying. There is somewhere in Kirky that still does video games, and you can actually rent Wii games from the Kirky library. I was in like a wee while ago because the Kirky library doubles as the council. And I was just taking a wee wander around, and for like, I think maybe like, I can't remember how much it was, but for a couple of nights, you can rent Toy Story 3 on the Wii. Which, oh, just warms my heart. Like, if they had anything, like, if they had like Red Steel 2, I'd be like, right boys, can I buy it off you? Because I really want a copy of Red Steel 2. Oh fuck, here we go. Actually, that's a game I think is overhated. I like Red Steel. Like on the Wii, the sort of Wii first-person shooter type thing. I liked it. We had something like, because I got that and No More Heroes at the same time. Obviously, No More Heroes is a much better game. Fucking love No More Heroes. I've actually got my long backlog, like right beside, because I've got. It used to be super cheap and kill site. It was like $150 for a week. You got 50% off if you had the Young Scott card. Jesus. Yeah, like it's not perfect by means, but I really liked Red Steel. I think it was another case of my mum and dad bought a Wii, and we played the Wii Sports once, so the Wii Edge became mine, and Red Steel was there. Like it was like Red Steel, No More Heroes were like the only games I had until I got like Smash Bros. You know. Red Steel 2 is bizarrely interesting. I know it looks mental. It's like cowboy samurai stuff, isn't it? Well, the first one's like fighting Yakuza, which, if I can get my emulator running, because I can get, thing is, I can emulate 360 and PS3 absolutely fine, but Wii, oh, I don't know about that. If I can get the Wii running, I might do Red Steel, but there's games in the Wii I want to run before I can run that. Oh god. But next up on Man on Video, what I'll do actually, I tell you what, I'll finish Air Defense Force first, or sorry, Monster Attack, legally distinct. And then we'll move on to Sonic Chronicles. Because I've just always been interested in that game. Because it got amazing reviews from Game Master Magazine, which at a time was that's what I got all my gaming information from, Game Master Magazine. But oh god, oh Jesus, I'm weirdly nostalgic for. I know gaming magazines still do exist. I've actually got a PS. I think the last ever issue of the official PlayStation magazine sitting beside me. It's got Returnal on the cover. Talking about that coming out. But I can't miss like. I remember I think it was PSM. Used to have like, it would have like features that had people calling in to be like, oh, how do I beat this part in the game? It had walkthroughs, and then at the back it always had the cheat section, and it always had those really dodgy adverts in the back of them, like, you know, the sort of red one that was like, you can vote like cheat hotline, and it had a girl that looked like a mix between Duke Nukem and Lara Croft, advertising a hotline where you could phone up and ask them, here, how do I unlock all characters in Bloody Roar 2, you know? And what a time. And they always had the sort of, I remember it used to have like a swimsuit edition, which for some reason always sticks in my mind, because I remember I used it as my thumbnail for Dino Crisis 2, the Regina one, and see the difference that you get in a YouTube video when the thumbnails between like using the full Persona party, and when I use Dino Crisis 2 and it's got like bathing suit Regina. Oh boys, the views are ridiculous. They'll click on that expecting to see like, I know, dinosaur tits, and just hear me going, alright boys, how you doing? Like splashing you with some cold water. Right, here we go, we got this. So many pickups. I remember we used to split up, so it'd be like, my pal would be on like, because we played split screen in this. So he would be on pickup duty, and I'd have to like hunt down things. So basically, we'd start shooting, and oh, what's the rebound gun? That sounds interesting. I got a flamethrower. Kind of useless. Rebound gun with significantly increased bullet velocity. Right, we'll try that. Keep the rocket launcher. How many missions are we on? 12. Wasteland. A squadron of alien attack horses laying waste to a residential district in the city. Get into position and bring the attacks to the halt. To a halt. Wait, we'll do 2 more missions. What's the rebound gun? It's a machine gun. Wait a second, let me see something. Look at me saving these people from certain doom. But I don't think I can blow up the mothership. I actually need to blow up all the spaceships that are coming out of it. Oh, probably should have kept that rifle. That rifle fucking deleted these ships. Right, so I'll do this level and I'll do one more after this. There are so many, holy shit. Oh god, oh Jesus. Here boys, I'm just thinking, I don't know why I was thinking about movies that include like aliens and stuff. And you know what movie's fucking class? Did anyone ever see Arrival? Like, I think, see, like when I think of obviously in the movies, the first things that is the shit is the absolute shite. You know, things like Skyline and shit comes to my brain. Oh god, what a hero saving everyone I know. Oh look, I've saved them. I've saved that beautiful office block. But Arrival's fucking class. Things like Fire in the Sky, shit like that. Oh. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh Jesus, right. Wait, let's wait for these to slow down and then... Oh wait, there's another building that I need to save. There we go. I'm such a hero. Oh jeez, I'm getting... Right, what's this rebound gun? Let's try this. It's okay. I still prefer the other rifle we had. Actually, speaking of lower budget games in the PS2, I remember there was one... It was literally the second game I ever bought on PS2 besides... what you got? Because I bought... what you got? Final Fantasy. I got Ratchet and Clank, I got Hulk, and I got a demo disc. And then they were the games that came with the console. And I bought myself Final Fantasy because that was the first game I proper... it was fantastic. Oh, so good. But that was the first game I ever looked forward to coming out was Final Fantasy X. Like, I'd actually read up magazines and I'd follow the trailers and shit like that. You know, I'd literally buy demo discs just... Well, that's a lie, I didn't buy demo discs. I used to steal demo discs out of the packet because they had to be sort of... You know, the packaging over the magazine had to be demo disc in the slipcase? Yeah, I would just rip open that and just steal a demo disc. But, yeah, I used to watch the trailers constantly and stuff. Anyway, beside the point. So after Final Fantasy X, I went to Virgin Megastore. This will give you an idea of the time. And I bought Way of the Samurai on PS2, which blew my fucking mind because that was one of the few games that, like, one of the first games that gave you, like, choices that felt like they were obviously, like, very easy. Well, it was like, what group do you want to join? X, Y, Z, and it felt like your choices really mattered because it kind of did. The game was only like 2 hours long, but there was so many different endings to it. It felt so good. It felt like the first time I was playing a game where my choice genuinely changed how the story went, you know? And obviously there was games that did that before. There was obviously, you know, adventure games. There was obviously multiple endings in games. This is the first one that I actually felt that in a game, you know? So that was class. Way of Samurai games are wild. I have only ever played 2 and 3, I think. Because I got 3 on the 360. I know 4 got released on PS3, which I need to get 4. And I might play what I might do is I might play through them on stream eventually, like down the line. And try and get like all the endings for 1, because 1 is so good. 1's like... I've only got a few of my original PS2 games there because my mom and dad would always say to me, why don't you like trade them into cash converters? Not cash converters, like trade them into GeForce and then get another game out of there. Which I've traded quite a few games that I really liked, but Way of the Samurai and my Final Fantasy X are the only ones that I didn't trade in. Everyone else I had to... I played 4 and I played 2 also, it was a long time ago. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. 1's probably my favourite just for like sentimental reasons, you know? But I need to go back and play them. I need to play 4 a bit more. Oh, 3, sorry. But they were made by Spike, I think, which who obviously went on to do things like Spike? No, that's Human Interactive. I think they done one of the. I think they done one of the clock towers. They also did. No, it's Human Interactive. Sorry. I think they done like Fire Pro Wrestling, and I think they done Danganronpa, if I'm not right. All my PS2 games at my parents are either still in the box or got thrown out. Oh, breaks my heart when I hear that. Like, see, I remember like during COVID and stuff, I was just going on like Facebook Marketplace and like going on job lots, and because that's what I'd done for a hobby, because obviously I couldn't wrestle, I couldn't, you know. I would just get job lots of games and resell them, or I'd resell the ones that I had, or the ones that I didn't want. I've got so many just weird ones lying about. Expect Gordon Elemental Force, which I have because it's the worst game I've ever played, so I kept it. Ooh. Oh, that sounds... That rings a bell. I've not played it. The name rings a bell. I've probably seen it in like Game Station. Like, did I have a PC release maybe? Like another one I used to buy a lot of is Sold Out games, which Sold Out were a budget PC release. I used to get them in the Safeways down at Byers Road. And I always hold it against Sonic Adventure because I really wanted to play Sonic Adventure. I played it at a pal's house, and there was a bunch of Sonic games, and I was like, oh, it'll be this one. And I bought Sonic 3D Blast because I thought I had so many of those Sold Out releases. Oh, they're so... There's so much nostalgia. I had like Theme Park World, which I fucking love Theme Park World. I've actually got... What have I got sitting behind me? I've only got 2 Sold Out releases surviving from my PC collection. I've got Tomb Raider 1, and I have Warcraft Orcs and Humans. Right, so this is the last mission we'll do to the Wedge. Alien walk units are attempting to come ashore on the coast, prevent them from making a successful landing. Cool. Let me just change my assault rifle back because the rest of his weapons are shite. Here we go. The Wedge. Let's fucking go. But yeah, I tend to not play, like, apart from Final Fantasy was the only one I made an effort to, like, every time a new game comes out, I will buy a Final Fantasy when it comes out. But everything else I'd get, like, years after it came out, you know? I'd be well behind when, that and Pokemon, I think, were the two major ones that I'd always buy. Oh, there's assault, so I've got the walkers and the ants come behind me. Right, I'll kill one walker. And then we'll go for the ants. Oh, Jesus. Like, because of that, there's so many PS2 releases that tons of my pals never got into and never played. But I fucking love, like, there's a game called Demon's Stone, which is a Forgotten Realms game. Which is kind of like a action game where you play as 3, like, one's a mage, one's a warrior, one's a rogue, and they're kind of do Dungeons and Dragons adventures, and oh, class. I'm gonna play that on stream eventually as well. Never did finish it. I think I got to like the final mission. Then you know what I miss? You get them rarely. You get them so rarely nowadays. I miss like licensed games. Like nowadays, every licensed game is a mobile game. But I was talking to Jason about this because me and Jason actually went to see the Sonic the Hedgehog when it came out together. And I was like, I'm surprised it's not a game to like promote this because Sonic's probably in the most like, you know, because that movie's probably the most popular Sonic's been since the fucking 90s, you know? And I'm a in denial Sonic fan, but I'm surprised there wasn't a fucking Sonic the Hedgehog the movie, the game, you know? I mean, technically, with Sonic 2 coming out, there was Frontiers, which I like Frontiers. Frontiers was kind of fun. Looking forward to the DLC that's coming out. But I just miss, like, movie games, you know? Like, because there was a lot of shite. There was a lot of shite ones, but sometimes you got a good one. Like Lord of the Rings The Third Age, or like the Van Helsing game on PS2, which is just a Devil May Cry game. You know? I miss them. Just give me a good slice of, like, either just a shite fun game or like you know, where it's just ripping off another game completely. Just do more of that. That was class when he did that. Like, who'd have thought that one of my favourite Devil May Cry games would be a Van Helsing game? Oh, fuck, we knocked in the water. I can't even tell where. There we go. The Return of the Futurama game on PS2. That's one I think Jason played, because Jason is really into Futurama. I've only ever seen the first season. But that's another one I think is kind of rare now. Which is a bad game, but it's written like an episode of the show. Aye, isn't it known as like Lost Episode, and it's been edited together as an episode? I remember I had a pal who loved the Family Guy game on PS2. I never liked Family Guy. I was never clicked for me, you know, same way it clicked with every other 15-year-old boy at a time. Like, sometimes you get, actually, speaking of licensed games, we got some fucking class ones with the South Park games, you know, like Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole. But have you seen that? Is it Snow Fight it's called? Oh my god, we're getting it back to the levels of shite licensed games, boys. That looks terrible. We've just had a trailer for it, but it's like trying to do a 3D style South Park game. And let me tell you, as someone who played South Park Rally, oh, I never played the original South Park, you know, the sort of first person shooter type one. I might make Jason play that on the stream. I haven't seen that. Oh, it looks really bad. Like, the thing is, you get something like for example, I'm not the biggest South Park fan. In fact, I casually like it. But you get something that encapsulates it so well. They were real rough in the 64. I remember playing South Park Rally a lot with my older cousins, because I'd be sitting there playing fucking like, I'm trying to think of what I'd be playing. You know, I'd be playing something like well, fuck, get shot like Croc or whatever, and they go, oh, let's play a real game. Let's play like a real game for grown-ups and whip out fucking, you know, South Park Rally. But the new it's like a 3D. I don't know what I've said what it is yet, but it's maybe a shooter. I don't know. But aye, looks bad. I remember. So I didn't have many pals who were wrestling fans growing up, but I remember I had one who had like like SmackDown 2 and shit like that, and I was like determined to get SmackDown 2. Never seen it in the value section, but I'll tell you what I did buy. I bought WCW Mayhem, and because it was my game, I was determined to tell him that this is better than those ones, better than, you know, SmackDown 2, Know Your Role. It fucking wasn't. It was fucking shite. But because it was like my game, I was like, right, I need to say that it's good. Like, in this denial. But again, I done the same thing with Legends of Wrestling, but I'll defend Legends of Wrestling 2 is janky as fuck, but is one of my favourite wrestling games. So fucking weirdly fun. Oh shit, oh no. And you know what, you get all these wrestling games that are going, oh, we're gonna make it just like No Mercy, we're gonna make it just like the Aki Engine games. Can we just take a second and go, can someone make a wrestling game just like Here Comes the Pain? Because Here Comes the Pain is the best wrestling game that's ever been made, and I will not have any discussion about it. Again, talking about PS2 supremacy. Oh shit, I'm getting fucked up. I should probably try and grab some health pickups. Oh, did I get one? Here Comes the Pain is definitely one I played the most. It's the one I got into like the most as well. That's the first time I ever ran like a CAW league. You know, I properly fucking got into creating characters. I would download formula. I'd print out the formulas. WWE All Stars is the only one I really rate. All Stars was fun. I think there was a while when I bought just out of like a Stockholm syndrome thing. I would always buy them and go, right, I'll buy WWE 2K18 or whatever, because I heard everyone say this one's class, and I'd play it a lot because there was nothing else, you know. I played a little bit of the AEW game. It feels okay. It feels a bit not. Obviously doesn't feel as polished because it's not as high budget, but I like it. Mainly because there's not many wrestling games that you can play that involve fucking thumbtacks and shit like that. I just want a deathmatch wrestling video game. Give it to me. Also, thing is, see if you've got any, like, if you're into your simulations, like, stuff, just play Fire Pro Wrestling. Fire Pro Wrestling's the best one for that. But it's Fire Pro Wrestling's very make your own fun. Because there's not much, don't get me wrong, there's a fucking visual novel mode where you can train with Kenny Omega and shit like that. But when it first came out, it's very bare bones, very make your own fun, you know. But if you're into call leagues and shit like that, Fire Pro Wrestling's probably the best for it. The AEW one's fun. I need to dig up more into that. I might dig into the mode, Road to Elite, because I've only played like a little bit of it. Right, I've only got one walker left. And then what we'll do is next time we'll play Persona. We're playing Persona tomorrow. The creator stuff, wrestler, you can create moves that are insane details. Like one of my pals that runs a Ginger Pimpernel, which I'll give him a wee shout out in a second, runs a colleague on it with all his pals called Super Pro Wrestle, and he's got things where it's like the moves are literally like people will go Super Saiyan and shit like that. It's absolutely insane, you know. So people have just made perfect versions of everyone. You can change psychology. Like for example, I have a Brock Lesnar in Fire Pro Wrestling, who his psychology only says like he can throw punches, he can throw kicks and shit like that, but the majority of moves he does is German suplexes and goes for the excuse me. Yeah, we drink first. But the majority of the moves he does is German suplex, goes for the F5. And it's probably the most, I don't want to say realistic, but yeah, like it feels the most like, because you know if you used to watch like Here Comes the Pain, you'll see Big Show suddenly going up top and hitting fucking, you know, like flying drop kicks and shit. But this one actually feels like you can make them act like the wrestlers, which is cool, which is fucking cool. So fucking cool you can do that. I think it blew my mind was someone's making an Orange Cassidy, had all his stick in his hands in his pocket stuff. Aye, that's cool. And it's got like the, you know, the little kicks, it's the animations, it's class. Like the amount of effort they put into it is insane. Like you can have the most accurate versions of those characters and have dream matches. Like I remember when I first started streaming way back before I even had a mic, I literally done a Bloodsport league, and the final was I'm trying to think. Yeah, AW was around at this point, so it would have been, yeah, the final was Orange Cassidy versus Devon Dudley. And again, it felt really, because he done the wee sort of shin kicks and stuff, and Devon won by just hitting 2 spine busters in a row to him and knocking him out. So if you've ever wanted to see Devon Dudley, specifically TNA era Devon Dudley and Orange Cassidy, well, you're shit out of luck because the VODs have disappeared. But anyway, boysies, that has been Earth Defense Force 1, aka Monster Attack. I have had so much fun playing it, and we'll definitely be back next time. We'll say next time. We're going to be playing Persona tomorrow, and then next time we will try and finish the remaining 11 missions. Next up, the Deluge. The aliens are attempting to overwhelm the city's defences and intercept the fleet and prevent them from deploying assets on the ground. So head back to the title screen. We'll go there. We'll end it there. Oh, look at that. Look at the quality. But anyway, boys, thank you so much for joining us. We've had quite a busy stream today. Stream for 3 hours, Jesus. Anyway, boys, thank you so much for joining us. Let's just... Is anyone else on? Do we have anyone else on? Let's get some music on the go. Let's get... What soundtrack? The Ring Terror's Room. Here we go. But this one surprisingly good song from the Ring Terror's Room. Is anyone else on? Mick is on. We'll do Mick a wee raid. But I thank you so much for joining us. As usual, I've been Mikey. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Hopefully I'll catch you in my next stream. But until then, boys, get all goes in the chat. Have a good day. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Most importantly, boys, have good mental health. Take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you next time. See yous!